Sancho, you did it, pal. You got me back, brother. Where are you, man? I gotta tell you, that's one hell of a ride. You didn't send me back in time or forward in time. Sancho, I don't know where you are, but we gotta talk about that 1.21 gigawatt thing. I think that's more important than you realize. And we also gotta talk about Myra and the headache that causes. That's one hell of a ride. Sancho! Okay, give me just a second here. It's been a hell of a moment. Traveling through what I thought was space or time that wasn't real. I ended up in some weird alternate universe, as you know. And Sancho got me back. I managed to grab a shower, kind of hose some of that primordial ooze off of me, and I'm here to sort of talk about what happened, but I need just a minute, so give me just a second to calm my nerves here. Okay, first things first, Myra. Well, you probably saw Myra, is kind of all that's left, was essentially sort of disintegrated. I managed to save like a little bit of her hand, and there's some skin and not a lot of blood, but some, and this femur, which is a huge concern and a huge problem. Our second challenge, again, I sort of wrote them all down, but our second problem, this 1.21 gigawatts. It turns out I spoke to the Secret Society of Time Travelers, our 6 friends, and it turns out if you're not at 1.21 gigawatts, you can't actually travel through time. You end up in alternate dimensions, which is what happened to our good liquidated friend Myra and myself. And I also found out in that moment, as you probably saw in my notes, something followed just after me. I'm calling him the no-face guy. Take a look at this video right now, and you'll see problem number 3. Okay, so we have to deal with problem number 3. My next challenge is, of course, the ray gun, and then a plan to save Myra. Well, again, circling back, problem number 2, the 1.21 gigawatts. I talked to Randall and the gang, and we definitely have to have 1.21 gigawatts. I actually have got a meeting with them a little later tonight to discuss this in further detail. But my game plan is sort of 2 or 3-fold. I'm not really sure. But plan number 1 is, or step number 1 is, we have to save Myra. So in order to save Myra, we're going to have to go back in time. That's my plan. If we go back before Sancho sent Myra, if I can stop all of that, I can rescue her from her temple of doom in the mason jar, and I won't go to jail. Problem number 2 or 3 is no face guy. I'm gonna have to figure out, 1, I gotta find him, 2, I gotta get him back to where he's from. Which isn't gonna be easy, but I need the ray gun. So I've got Sancho working on the 1.21 gigawatts. We're going to boost that power so I can actually travel through time, go back to the moment when Sancho and Myra talked and Myra went into that alternate universe, stop that from happening, hence saving Myra. Get myself a ray gun, go find no face guy who's very scary, but I have to admit, it's a very nice hat and jacket. If I can figure out a way to save both of those, I think I can work that into my wardrobe. And then hopefully move forward and bounce through time. But what's that, Sancho? I've got a call? Well, oh, yep, hang on, I'm coming. Let me get the phone. Yes, hello, this is Ryan. Uh-huh. Yes, I was the guy calling about the ray gun. You do? That's great. No, yes, sir, absolutely. Uh-huh. That's great news. I couldn't ask for better news. You've made my millennium. I will, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, yep. Rest assured, absolutely. I will be there. Okay, so I found someone on the interweb, the dark web, that was willing to sell me a ray gun. A Croatian man, kind of short and portly, called himself Darko Kovic. He talked like this. He's like, hey, you want the ray gun? I could get the ray gun. They're going to be Russian ray gun, but Russia they make good ray guns. Give you good price. You seem like a nice guy, but must pay advance. You know, no pay after. Pay in advance, and then I give you directions where to go to get the gun of ray. So I thought about it for a little bit. The funny thing is, he actually takes American Express. He's got one of those little cube or squares, you know, on your iPhone. So, zip, zip, zip. I'm now the owner of potentially a ray gun. He gave me the directions. He wouldn't write them down. He wouldn't let me write them down. He also wouldn't let me film him. But all that aside, we're on our way to get the ray gun. I've got the directions. The map is locked tight. Hopefully when we get there, I'll have a ray gun and I won't be killed. Time will tell. So anyway, I've been on the road for a while now. I think we're nearly there, but I was thinking about some of the things Darko was saying to me when I was buying the ray gun, and he talked about he grew up in Yugoslavia and how Yugoslavia, Yugoslavia before Croatia and Serbia, before the breakup and stuff, we made, very good things. Our ray guns were top of notch, just top of notch, nothing finer, like vehicles. Remember Yugo, this top of notch vehicle. Well, I remember Yugos, so I immediately said, yes, I remember, but I'm getting a Russian ray gun, right? And he's like, yes, unfortunately you have to have a Russian ray gun, not quite as good as a Slavic ray gun, but it does okay. You'll be satisfied, I promise. You'll be totally happy with the ray gun. No refund though, if ray gun don't work out, no refund. But make sure you read instructions carefully, and ray gun is not toy. They tend to disintegrate things. You point and squeeze trigger, things tend to just go away. It's very very amazing. You got even Russian ray guns. So okay, so I followed Darko's directions, and it's brought me here to the middle of nowhere, some manufacturing plant. But Darko said X would mark the spot, so let's go see if we can find our ray gun. His directions weren't terribly specific, so let's see where this takes us. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't say, if I don't come through this, please tell Sancho he can have everything I've got, and I hope he is happy and successful in everything he does. But I think we'll be okay. He said make a left. He said follow the road to the dirt, assuming this is the dirt. Make a right here. Keep our eyes for X marks the spot. Nothing so far. Again, I'm glad I brought my truck and not my Tesla. Do you guys see what I see? X marks the spot. Right there. Okay. Let's see what we got. Fingers crossed. X marks the spot. X marks the spot. Move very quickly here. X marks the spot. Look at that. There we go. Boy, I wonder what language that is. That's got to be Russian. We'll have to look up what that is. Okay, I'm going to pick this box up, put it in the truck. Okay, I got the box with the ray gun loaded in the truck. It sure was heavy, heavier than it looked. Let's go home, open that box up, and take a look at our ray gun. So there she is. I got the ray gun out of the truck, and I've got it here in the kitchen. We're gonna pull out some nails and unveil this ray gun. But let's just take a quick look at this box. As I was saying earlier, I'm spray painted with these Russian words, which I actually looked up, and not shocked at all, but that is ray gun. This is awesome. Okay, let's see what we got. And here we go. Well, there she is. The ray gun. Just look at that. Well, here are the operating instructions. And of course, they appear to be in Russian. Imagine that. Terrific. All right. Well, hey Sancho. Sancho. Can you read Russian? No, I can't read Russian. Why? If I could read Russian, why would I ask you if you could read Russian? Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's a fair point. Yep, fair point, fair point. All right, well, so we've got some Russian instructions, operating instructions supposedly, but take a look at this ray gun. Boy, oh boy. That is one nice ray gun. So, I'm going to get on Google Translate and start working on these instructions so we can figure out how this thing operates. Make sure we don't liquidate ourselves or anybody else that we don't want to liquidate.